Not only are Disney and Lucasfilm focused on Episode 9, the final installment of this current trilogy, but also the new Star Wars trilogy, also known as the fourth trilogy, by the creators of Game of Thrones, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, what's really interesting about the fourth trilogy is that we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are using this as a top priority right now, and they're looking at Episode 9 as a course correction for the Star Wars franchise, not just for the fans, but also for themselves, as companies running everything Star Wars. So now, with the fourth trilogy on the horizon, what's really interesting about all of this is that it's described that Disney and Lucasfilm are planning to begin casting for the new Star Wars trilogy during the end of summer of 2019, where it said that they are geared towards A-list actors and actresses to primarily star in these films. It said that the cast is aimed to be made public as early as fall of 2019, just before The Mandalorian drops on Disney+, and before the release of Episode 9 to get a head start on ramping up the next trilogy for fans. Writing of the films initially was said to have been delayed until June of 2019. However, now it's said that they will begin 1 month early in the month of May, with filming aimed for Q1 of 2020. So what's really exciting about all of this is that you can see now that the fourth trilogy is in development. It is moving forward quite smoothly as we get closer to the release of Episode 9. You know, we're going to be learning more and more about the fourth trilogy, especially at Star Wars Celebration on April 11th. They will be actually talking a little bit about it, and it's also said that they're going to be telling us exactly what it's going to consist of, giving us a beautiful roadmap of course, the Star Wars franchise after Episode 9. Because as of right now, we really know nothing about the movies after Episode 9, right? We don't know the exact timeline, what year each and every film is going to release, you know, like Rian Johnson's trilogy, and, you know, we also have the Game of Thrones guys, and that's it. Those are the only 6 movies that we know of right now, and I know it sounds like a lot, but if you think about it like this, a lot of people are also wondering about the other films, the solo films, if Disney and Lucasfilm are even going to bother with that. Now, if we look at everything related to the fourth trilogy here, what's really intriguing to me is that they are only aiming for A-list actors and actresses to star in these movies. Telling us, guys, I think that this is going to be a very high-quality trilogy for the Star Wars franchise. Again, like I say, you're going to have high-quality, you know, actors and actresses involved with these movies. A-list actors, I should say. So, with that being said, you guys may have recalled that a couple of months ago we heard that writing for these movies were delayed until June of course, this year of 2019. That's actually moved back until May of 2019, a whole entire month early, which is going to give them a filming date for Q1 of 2020. So within the first 3 months, give or take, of 2020 is when they begin filming for the fourth Star Wars trilogy. And honestly, I cannot wait. I am very pumped to see exactly what they have in store for this film and exactly where they plan to film everything on location sites for these movies. Now, you guys may have heard about this not too long ago, but they also are only aiming for legendary directors as well, and that each and every movie will have its own director. So, what I find very intriguing about the fourth trilogy is that we also know that it's going to be based on a Legends timeline. Now, we're not quite sure if that means the Old Republic or the Yuzong Vong War or something like that, but we do know that this movie, or these movies, are going to have a lot of influence from the Legends/EU material inserted into Star Wars, you know, whatever this trilogy is going to be called. And of course, we also know that Disney and Lucasfilm are still in negotiations on how they want to brand this thing, if they want to call it Episodes 10, 11, and 12 with the Roman numerals, or if they want to divide it into parts or chapters, like for example, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, or have a Chapter 1, 2, and 3 under one name and one name only. With what Emilia Clarke, you know, one of the cast members of Solo: A Star Wars Story, had said before in the past, that this new trilogy is going to be Star Wars on acid. And what I mean by that is, and what she meant by that is, that this movie is going to be so crazy and insane that it's really just going to shock us all. That to me sounds like that they're going to go all out with a ton of Jedi going up against a ton of Sith during a Great Sith War or something like that. I could see something like that. I really could. I honestly could. Between, you know, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. We also know that this movie is inspired from Lord of the Rings. So those movies are actually being used as inspirational pieces for, of course, this new trilogy. And if you look at the Old Republic, I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but this is how I at least see it. Whenever I look at the Old Republic, I look at it like it's Star Wars in medieval times. I don't know why, I just do. There's something about it, especially in the video game cutscenes when you watch it. You just get that vibe that it's actually based in medieval times in space. But let me know what you guys think about the 4th trilogy. I know that there's a lot of talk about this right now among many fans around the world on whether or not they will invest their time into go seeing this if Episode 9, hypothetically, let's say if it does fail. Would people even bother to go ahead and see the new Star Wars trilogy? Now, what's great about this one in particular is that it's going to stick with the mythology of the Skywalker saga. It's going to be somewhat connected to it, where the Rian Johnson one is going to be completely separate and in and on its own. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.